And welcome on in, wagerweekly.com for a week 6 in the NFL. And as we've been doing on your Sunday cards, we've been starting with that early game, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Let's do it again this week, Paul Nolan. Let's go out to London. 251, 252, Baltimore and Tennessee meet. Baltimore opened 3.5 and 40. Circa now has Baltimore as a 4-point favorite and 41. You look at this Tennessee team, I'll start there. Titans haven't allowed an opponent to run for 100 yards in 10 straight games. But they haven't looked great. We've had them a couple times where we've picked specific spots this year to use them, and they've come through for us, but haven't looked their best. Baltimore, on the other hand, looks pretty decent. What do you see here in this game today in London?
Well, for one, I mean, this Baltimore team last week got I got lucky. Listen, I was on Pittsburgh last week. It was in my circuit tournament. Again, 5 straight weeks of 3-2, as boring as it gets. Had some bad breaks, bad beats. Hopefully I'll get my hot streak going soon. But I had Pittsburgh last week, and I felt really lucky to win that game. The Ravens were able to do essentially anything they wanted, especially through the air. To me, Lamar Jackson's accuracy and his poise in the pocket looks better than ever. He's looking mature to me. There was a lot of bad breaks. The luck metrics talked about this game, and I know the EPA is bullshit, and I know it's just metrics, but we used to call it just – we call the eye test saying, look, man, this was a misfortunate win. This is this was a very lucky win. We would be able to discern why we were getting value the following week. And it's just, they've changed it to luck metrics, and there's a quantitative science behind it. Great. Got it. I get it. But I see what the numbers see. I see what the luck metrics are showing on this Raven team. They got completely burned last week, and it was obvious. Vikings are another team that keeps getting their balls kicked in on the, on the luck metrics, and the Bears' balls are getting used like a punching bag on luck metrics. So there's been a lot of things to tell you that some of these dogs are going to be much more alive this week. And Tennessee, as good as look, we all know how much I love Vrabel. Everybody who loves football loves Vrabel. He's a great coach, great motivator, keeps his team ready, and we know exactly what you're going to get from them. As a betting man, you kind of get the same brand every week, so to speak. I like the Ravens in this game. I really liked it at 3.5. It's 4 now. I did buy 3.5 to 3, but I only got a small bet. It was on Sunday late night. But there's reason for me to say I still like it -4. I'm taking the Ravens here. I just think that this is a team that's about to break out. I think they're better than what they've shown. I think we're getting really strong value. I'm playing the number here. I thought the number should have been 5.
Any concern? Technically, this is their third consecutive game away. 4-9 ATS, last 13 times laying points.
That's what stopped me from saying I love it. Yes, exactly. It's exactly right. It's why I don't love the game. That's why I like the game. So I mean, it's a great point. I mean, listen, Tennessee, as you know, has been one of those teams that's been good to us. The last 4 years or so, we've cashed checks on this team. I'm bucking the trend here, like I did a couple weeks back, and where they lost 27-3, and I'm doing it again here. I just think this is a perfect matchup for the Ravens.
Baltimore's defense, number 2 in scoring and defensive total yards, so obviously they lean a lot on their defense, and they'll look for their offense to keep it going. Like I said, I guess the only thing you have to worry about on the defensive side is you look at the Colts last week. Obviously, Colts bashed the Titans on the ground. I think it was about 193 yards, 34 attempts, 6 yards per attempt. Moss ran for about 165 of those. So obviously that concerns you. But Baltimore here for Paul Nolan, -4, still a good play. Your total sits there at 41, 9:30 a.m. in London, week 6, right here, wagerweekly.com.